Well, hello, young and the restless daily recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, January the 19th, 2022. Thursday, January the 19th, 2022. Today was a so whatever kind of show going on. Mariah and Tessa are back in town and they're sharing all about their trip meeting the mother, the potential, mother they're going to adopt her baby. Abby was there, and so Abby got to hear, and it went well. They end up spending a lot of time together, the prospective mother and Abby and I'm not Abby, Mariah and Tessa, and they kind of hit it off. So Mariah could see something was up with Abby, emotionally. So they went out to the patio and they talked, and Abby told her that they're getting a divorce and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So then uh, Abby leaves. Mariah, Tessa, and Sharon continue to talk just about the vibes they got and keep positive and that whole 9 yards. Um, let's see. We have Lily is waiting for Devon at his house when he got back in. And so he goes, have you and just Jill made a decision? And she goes, first of all, we really respect something, your opinion and this, that, and the other. But with that being said, Jill wants to still go through with the IPO and no, she doesn't want, if you separate the company, we lose our position of strength. He goes, oh, so in other words, you don't respect my feelings enough to give me what I want, right? And so she goes, no, Jill and I, we that's why we kept talking. And they came up with the most ridiculous solution to the problem. I am hoping, because she tried to pull just think about what our dad would do. She tried to pull that when she left, right? Oh my goodness, Devon, please don't fall for that. Here's the suggestion, guys. We keep the companies intact until we go through with the IPO. And then what we're going to do is a rebranding of, your division, and we're going to call it Chancellor Global or something. I forget what her name is. I think it's Chancellor Global. Okay. That way, and then what we're going to do is we're going to buy you out. We're going to give you a handsome buyout. And you could go start a new company. So Devon says, wait a minute. How is that? There's something in that for me. And so she goes, you're getting a lot of money to start fresh. She goes, wait a minute. And you and Jill are giving up nothing. I'm giving up working with my brother. Devon should have looked at her and said, that's not even in the equation with Lily. That's not even in the equation whatsoever. See, what money value can you put on that, Lily? But you guys are going to put a money value on a company I built, me and Neil, from the ground up. See, and what Devon is also not thinking, that's not just he and Neil's company from the ground up. Devon merged in his Hamilton Music. See, the Hamilton Winters part that merged with Chancellor has a huge music. It's a musical company. He's a producer. No. See, did they say? And guess what? You can keep all of your intellectual property. You can keep all of your artists. No, he has to walk away and start. Oh no, that was a slap in my face. I felt that sitting right where I was. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. How is that even an offer? Right? On top of the fact they're going to already now be publicly offered and they're going to have a board. What makes them think the board is going to agree to a rebranding? of that division, make it a separate subdivision and rebrand it. What makes them think the board is going to allow them to do that? And what makes them think, Jill and Lily, that the board would approve of whatever large settlement we're going to offer you to walk away? They don't have control to even offer that after the IPO, which is the very thing that Devon was talking about. The very thing is you won't have control. I couldn't believe it. She said, but no, what's wrong with starting fresh, starting over? You won't have to make the mistakes you made in the past. Because he's like, Hamilton Winters is thriving. It has an excellent reputation. And you're saying, Lily and Jill are like, throw that away. You can start over. No. Chancellor, by them splitting, by no means is Chancellor starting over. They're just as not built up financially sound or as big because now they're splitting back to what they were. But so what? They want Devon to start completely over with nothing, no artist, no anything. No, that is the worst deal I've heard on. See, and there we go. If that's the kind of deal Lily and Jill can come up with, that's telling you the kind of business owners they are and the kind of business sense that they have. They have none. They have none. Jill should know better than that. 100%. Now, the only thing them splitting the company will do is prevent them from doing the IPO now. They split the company. See, because the world does not know that this IPO is about to happen. The world doesn't know at all. Don't know at all. Business industry doesn't know. So guess what? They separate the companies. They do it nice and quiet. They don't make a big deal. They wait 6 months or another year, Chancellor. Then you go and do your public offering. There is no reason that has to happen right now, just because Jill feels she wants to do it right now. No. When I was just like, oh my God. So Lily goes, so no, don't make, because Devon was getting ready to tell her, are you kidding me? Don't make your decision right now. Just think about it. No. Think about it. And that's when she gets, and think about what our father would do. I'll show myself out. So she leaves. He texts Abby, and Abby was just finishing up with Mariah anyway. Abby comes over, and Abby is a sounding board to him. And she goes, well, what are the pros and what are the cons? Because she goes, for one thing, Devon, you would be, what did Lily say? You can make your sister happy. My whole thing would be, my sister's happiness is not my concern. In the business world like this, no. Hamilton Winters is my concern. And where Hamilton Winters is my concern, making Lily happy is not. Lily is only concerned about her and Jill and what Jill wants to do, because Lily has no business sense, none. She's just doing what Jill wants to do. Okay, so no, bottom line here, we still need to separate. Chancellor Industries is still a viable large company, and it still will be, period. But so he goes, and I would be starting 100% from scratch. He says, Hamilton Winters has a reputation I've built over years. It's solid. Neil and I did that. But even before Hamilton Winters came into play, Hamilton music was sound and solid, right? Devon is not giving up really one company. He's given up two. He's given up his original company, and he'd be giving up what he built with Neil. There would be no way on this planet, no way I would ever do that. Jill didn't even build up Chancellor. That was Catherine Chancellor's husband's company, then hers, right? No, there's just no way. So Abby says, no, I'm just asking you to say, because you keep talking about, this, you would be walking away from Neil, and what Neil would want, and you'd be walking away from, she says, that's past. What does your future look like? And he goes, I don't know what my future looks like. He's like, but he's the guy, I don't know what my future looks like. But I do know, and she goes, Neil will still be a part of you, whether you're with Hamilton Winters, or whether you have it or not. And he goes, no, but there's a difference. See, because looky here. Abby owns the restaurant, right? Wrong. Abby and Devon own that restaurant society. Devon paid for half of it. He also owns half of that restaurant. See, she couldn't just go out, and Abby had the money. Oh my God. Abby still has the billions that she won when the kids all sued Victor from years ago. She just never used it. Instead of using her money, she wanted to get some of Devon's money. Huh? She had the money. But Abby was with Devon. When they were deciding on even hiring Lola, she and Devon made the choice. Devon is not active in the decision making anymore because Abby's got, she's got her wings. She already has stability in the restaurant industry. But in the beginning, it was the two of them. No, okay, Abby, let's let Newman buy out society and give you twice what society is worth, Abby. You can always go start another restaurant. Mm-hmm. Go start another one. You'd be like, no, I've built up a reputation. Society has clients, and okay, hello. Now, Devon is even in a more serious business connection. He has artists signed to him, to his label. All of that. He's given up everything. No. Nope. And it's been decades. It's been decades since he's had the record company. He's had that probably for 15 years now. Then he merged with Neil later. Tucker gave him that when he was 21? I think about 21, somewhere in there. So no, that was just a slap in the face. And I'm hoping tomorrow he says no, and he comes at them with all he has. I'm hoping he says no, and then they say, well, we'll see you in court. Then he picks up the cell phone and texts Tucker, let's meet at society, and say, okay, you know what? You want to get back in my favor? You want to get back in my good graces? You help me get my company out of there. See, then you know what? Then I'll say you're loyal to me. That's what I say, Tucker. So we shall see. Oh my goodness, when I heard that, I just could spit. So then we had a cute little meal. They talked Victoria in the stand. She brought Johnny over for pizza, and Billy was picking up the pizza. Abby's thinking of adding pizza to society's menu, and she wanted them to taste test it. And he runs into Lily at society, and believe it or not, she sits down and they talk. They have a really nice conversation because he says, something is bothering you, Lily. What's going on? And she talks about, I feel like I'm losing everything. And she just goes into the whole thing. And, and he talks to her, and they have a good he made her feel better. I'm happy they had her talk to him, because I was so sick of hearing Daniel's advice. Him talking to Lily, that was more, I liked that flow of information. She wasn't being snipeful to him. He wasn't apologizing to her. They were just talking as actual friends, really. They were and Billy did a good job talking to her. So when he got there and he saw Victoria was still there, and Chelsea invites her to stay for dinner, and she's like, wait, what? And so she does, because before Billy got there, she was talking to Chelsea, saying, yeah, she was apprehensive about this, but she was going to say no, because Chelsea says, and so Chelsea says, really, because how fast that you said yes, I thought you were on board. She says, no, I was going to say no. She says, but ultimately, I thought about Johnny and what he would want. And she goes, and I felt Johnny would want to have dinner with his brother. He'd have dinner over here. And Johnny and Connor get along very, very well. I actually like the little Connor's actor better than Johnny's. Connor is he's more a people person. He is just a negotiator. And so anyway, that was before Billy got there. But then they didn't have to talk her too hard to stay in. And she said, okay, she'll stay. She's got a little time, because she had told Chelsea Katie's at ballet lessons, and she had some time before Katie had to pick her up. So they had dinner, and they had the pizza. And then Connor tells Johnny, next time your little sister should come. Katie should come. And Johnny looks at him and says, why? He goes, well, because this is a family dinner, and Katie is your sister. She is my cousin. He's like, yeah, I mean, it would be nice. And Victoria's listening to this, and you can't really read what emotion she is feeling with it, but there is one, right? So she goes, speaking of Katie, listen, I've got to go. And so Johnny says, Mom, you didn't tell me if I could stay and watch a movie. All my homework is done. And so she goes, okay, long as your homework is done. And so Billy says, and I could bring him home after. So Victoria says, sure, that'll be fine. That's okay. So she walks out, and the look on her face is, I think the sadness is, I don't have my son all to myself. But it's not sadness of or anger. It's not anger that, oh, I knew this would happen. Oh, he's liking it over here more than no, it's not that. I think she's thinking her world that she thought, the world that the family situation, the nucleus, their whole world was set, and now it's expanding. And she just doesn't know, I think, if she's ready for it. But at least she's not being Victoria and trying to snuff it out. She's allowing it to happen because that is what Johnny wants. So I'm actually proud of Victoria's character for that, because that's uncharacteristic of her. So let's go to Comment Corner. Sheila says, Jack is so stupid. He and Diane should have stayed away. They have overplayed themselves. Forensics can prove it was not Stark that stole the necklace, and Chase will eventually figure things out. Let's see. You know how PDs are and soaps. And then Anita says, Jack and Diane showing up at Stark's hotel is a dead giveaway. I'm quite sure Chance will become suspicious of Jack and Diane. It was the whole exchange of what they were saying just was so overplayed, and to me, I would have thought what they were saying was a setup, because it was just so out of, yes, this is Kyle's mother, Diane. And no. It says, Diane is not convincing with her baby doll voice. Ha ha ha. I am quite sure the police will check the hotel videos. If they do, they're going to see Diane showing up at Stark's room earlier. I mean, there's so many different variables to that. Seriously. Annette says, when have I missed? Oh, when I have missed my Y&R stories, I sit, eat my supper listening to our dear friend, Pretty Lady with the nice hat. Subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you, Annette. I am so happy that, you know what, at least you're like, hey, I can eat and watch her make fun of the soaps, right? You can eat and laugh and have a good time as I entertain sometimes. I don't entertain all the time. I entertain sometimes. So thank you so much for that. And Annette also says Jack the donkey. And you all know what I like to say. Jack, Jack, there we go. Right? Medora says, seriously, Stark, a career criminal, would keep evidence in his hotel room. So many loose ends with this crazy scheme. Lily never worked with Devon. Lily always agreed with everyone else but Devon. That is so true. She really did. Anything happening at work, she was like, well, you know, Devon, I don't know really, because I think there's some truth in what they said. She didn't. She never backed him like that. So that's it for Comic Corner, Comic Corner. Let's see what's going to happen tomorrow, Cliffhanger Friday. And I will be back with another daily recap of The Young and the Restless.